Well, India have made light work of a chase of 263. They've managed to win in 36.4 over. Shikhar Dhawan is off to a winning start as captain of the Indian team in this ODI series, and he's got the birthday boy, Ishan Kishan, to thank. He saw a couple of great innings. Did Dhawan, Prithvi Shaw swashbuckling with a quick fire of 40, and then Ishan Kishan came along, six of the first ball in international cricket. It's all so easy these days for what is a very new brand and generation of Indian cricketers. We look back at it on ESPN Cricket for Matchday with Muralidaran and Aakash Chopra. Aakash, I still love watching Aakash Chopra bat with that straight face. Well, we're going to try and get Akash back as soon as we can. For that, the way Shaw and Ishan Kishan have batted seem to have put everyone off, including the Sri Lankan bowlers, including me. So while we wait for Akash to get back, let's go to Murli. Murli, you said at the halftime show that if Sri Lanka have any chance, they've got to get wickets early. That start from Prithvi Shaw with that quick fire 40 that just it did it in some way just changed the game completely.
Yeah, definitely, because they were having the momentum and the half day because it looks like a 1 2 1 210 220 runs they're going to get, and suddenly they made it for 262. It's a little bit competitive total in this wicket, and if they take some wickets in early on, and especially they have to take the anchorman. Shekhar Dhawan, because he's going to anchor it and others are going to. That's what I told you before. They're going to play the game that way. So Priti Shah is someone I says he doesn't fearless cricket he plays, and you might get him in first over, or if he start going, that's what he done today, because 90 runs in about span of 10 overs, where he played, and then way he started and given the start, that what India wants, and then India easily got this target because we didn't look like any taking wickets, because we need wickets, first 1 or 2 wickets in early on, then only you can put pressure to the batsman and try to take the game into 50 overs, then have a chance of winning it. So Priti Shah took the game away, and then Ishan Kishan, he also played the same way, and
Hmm.
these two guys they took the game away from Sri Lanka.
What do you make of these batsmen, the Ishan Kishans and the Prithvi Shaws of today? We've always had attacking batsmen, right? You've played in a team that saw Romesh Kaluvitarna play the way he did in '96. You've spoken of Virender Sehwag and the duel you had with him for very many years. You look at this brand of cricketers, the likes of Ishan Kishan, who come in at number three, number four, and are still willing to go down and hit a six of the first ball in an international game. What impresses you the most about these types of players?
See, these type of brand of cricket, Australia has played, Sri Lanka has played, India
Hmm.
has, so many countries has played, and they continued also for decades. Even Australia did the same way, because Matthew Wade, Gilchrist, where Ricky Ponting comes and just smashes, then Andrew Simons. So, like that caliber of players who had the confidence to do. See, because even I would say it's not new. It's a fashion that they have learned from it, and because of its IPL short form of the game. They play a lot of matches in IPL every year. They've been season campaigners, so they come and express themselves. So that's what they did. And also, you have to understand that Sri Lanka was not competing well, because the bowlers are looks very ordinary, because it didn't look like taking a wicket, because even though they were after, they didn't looks like creating any chances. So that also made it easy for these batsmen, because they played a lot of world class bowlers in IPL, because you come with find it some Archer like fast bowler, and then you come with a lot of good fast bowlers, and then spinners like uh, uh, lot of Sunil Narayan, so
Yeah.
many good spinners also they have played. So they were played better bowlers, and they know what they can do for them. And this attack looks for them is not a very good attack, so they went after them.
Murli makes an interesting point. Akash Chopra, I think, is with us as well. Akash, gone are the days where openers or players playing in their first international need to just work it around, get a feel of things, get used to alien conditions or the situation. Ishan Kishan is the kind of guy who wants to smash the first ball he faces for six.
Obviously, those were the days. We were all brought up in a very different world, where we were actually told how to put emphasis on your wicket and how you must start slowly and then build your innings and all of that. Those basics, well, of course, see, the basics of cricket are still there. You still play the same shot the same way. That hasn't changed. A cover drive is still a cover drive. A lofted shot is still a lofted shot, but just the shot selection and the audacity and the mindset, I think that has changed quite radically, because it's not that Ishan Kishan, of course, he came out all guns blazing, but he wasn't middling everything that he played initially. He was riding his
Yeah.
luck, he was taking his chances, but he just cared two hoots. It's all right. My first match, one day debut, I really don't care. Even if I get out, I'm going to go down my way. So that's a very, very different mindset as compared to how cricket was played a couple of decades ago.
Murli says it's not new. There have been attacking cricketers, and he makes an important point of these guys in the IPL have played the very best of bowlers. They've played them, so they don't fear anybody. How much is that got to do with just them not feeling any difference really in an international game? This is what you'd expect Ishan Kishan to do for the Mumbai Indians. All right, I'll just try and reconnect with Akash in a moment, but let me extend the conversation with Murli. IPL, big part of this fearless mindset. Murli, you've been part of franchises. Young Indian players just don't seem to fear anyone. They make the transition that much more smoothly into international cricket.
Yeah, because IPL has given a big platform for Indian cricket, I would say, because those days when we played cricket, because if you want to play a bread league, you hardly come and play him because that kind of a pace, and also if you're going to play Shane Warne, on and off you get a series in a 1 year, one time, or you see, so you don't know. These bowlers are in IPL, the best of the best. They practice with them. They bowl in the nets. So they get used to it. So they're playing the best of the best bowlers as a teammates and also opposition, and they get day in day out. So that experience you can't bring it with seeing a video and everything because they're lively experience them. Then you come to international game, you're not going to get better than that. So you get the best bowlers, you know, used to them, and the fear is gone. So there is no fear. When I started playing cricket, when I see the Alan Border, I was feared because Alan Border structure when he played first Test match. So then I thought, how am I going to bowl to him? So these kind of, if Alan Border played IPL and I also playing IPL, then I would have known. Okay, I bowled him in nets and I batted against the best bowlers. So the fear is gone. So that's why these players can come and express themselves.
All right. Now we're speaking more perhaps of Ishan Kishan and the impact he had on viewers by trying to take the first ball and hitting it for six. Prithvi Shaw, while he did get that quick fire of 43, a lot of those proper cricket shots. And you think this is a special talent, Akash, whatever the format.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Because he was, it looked like that he was actually playing the ball on its merit. Of course, he plays in a very different style. He stayed leg side of the ball and it allows the hands to go through quite nicely. Likes to play on the rise. He's riding high. 2021 is his year. And a complete turnaround actually, because 2020 finished with him getting dropped from the test side, and now 2021 started with Vijay Hazare Trophy, scored a lot of runs and has been scoring runs since then, irrespective of the format or the tournament that he's featuring in. And today was no exception. Once again, when I spoke about Ishan Kishan riding his luck, taking his chances, a lot of audacious stroke play. Prithvi Shaw was all class, absolutely swashbuckling, disruptive, without compromising on the strengths that he has, and actually not taking as many chances as you would otherwise think that somebody scoring at that clip would need to take. He's a special guy. Let's be honest. Scoring a century on debut in a test match, wherever he scored runs, he's looked a class different, a class above. And today was another fine example. I thought he got rattled when he got hit, and therefore
Yes.
that false shot against the spinner. But he was sublime against the pace.
Yep. Murli, you've likened him to Virendra Sehwag, and that's reinforced today with the way you saw him bat.
Yeah, same. Because Virendra Sehwag, same class because he's a world class player, and way he plays also, he doesn't slog. He's also plays correct cricketing shots. His hand-eye coordination is fabulous, same as Priti Shah. These guys special talent with hand-eye coordination. So I think they got the mindset and the fearless. These are the plus point for Indian cricket, because I always said, because IPL put a big platform for Indian cricket. So I think these players are going to come more and more, and India is going to enjoy these kind of cricketers in their country.
Akash makes the point, Murli, that it looked like that bouncer that got him on the helmet did rattle him. Were you perhaps surprised that Sri Lanka didn't do more of that? There were a lot of balls in Prithvi Shaw's half. Could they have done anything differently tactically when that onslaught took place in the first few overs?
Yeah, because that is one thing surprised him when I got hit, because you can't say keep on bowling at that time, and he will go. The bowler would have gone more runs because he would have attacked him. Because as a bouncer is a bowler, one thing you rattle the batsman, and then after that you are keep on bouncing. The batsman is ready for him. So I don't think that would have because he would have played much fast bowlers in his career in IPL, so he's not rattled by that bouncer, because that's something sometimes the cricketers get surprised and hit, and that means they're not good at it. But sometimes mistakes happens in the match. So I think Sri Lanka has um, didn't know, because the bowler how because how you going to trap him, and in this wicket India players played very easily, all the bowlers.
Hmm. Yeah, it did seem like Akash, the inevitability, even though Prithvi Shaw was fun for 25 balls and Ishan Kishan was for another 30 balls, the inevitability was because Shikhar Dhawan batted till the end.
And that's the thing, and that's experience, right? Because flamboyance obviously gives you a lot of gets you a lot of applause, because we all were stunned the way Prithvi Shaw started. Of course, a few eyebrows raised when Ishan Kishan started with a six on his debut ODI innings, scored a 50. But who gets the job done in the end? That's Shikhar Dhawan, and that's experience. That tells you that playing for the gallery is for the youth. Finishing the games off is what experience gives you, and in the end, you'll find out that he'll end up having scored most number of runs in this ODI series as well. Even though he's not staking claim to any ODI spot at the in the first team level, but he will end up scoring a lot of runs, and that's why he's got 6,000 plus ODI runs. That's the experience, that there is a job to be finished. Put your ego aside. I think he was 25 unbeaten when team score was 140. I never thought that I'd see that, because Shikhar Dhawan has scored two consecutive T20 IPL hundreds. Somebody who can score at that rate was happy playing second fiddle and just enjoying from the non-strikers end. But he was there till the end, and a red inker. I think that matters. That's all that matters in the end. That take the team home, and that's what the captain did.
Okay, now ODIs turn around quick and fast in this three-match series. Let's look ahead to the second ODI on ESPN Cricket for Match Day. And with Mutaya Muralidaran and Aakash Chopra, we'll look at quick takeaways from the first game, potential team changes. In a short series, it's hard sometimes, Murli, to make too many changes, but you were keen on an off spinner even before the first game had gone down for Sri Lanka, someone who can perhaps control things. They've got Ishan Kishan, Shikhar Dhawan. Would you make some changes to the Sri Lanka 11 before the second ODI?
See, so my opinion is you have to have mix-up bowlers when you have attack. If you have the variation in the squad, so better go with the mix-up bowlers who can bowl off spin, because there are some left-handers in top order in Indian batting, and then you have the leg spinner, you have the Chinaman, and so these kind of the bowlers you need it sometimes, because I think India got some kind of experience, like bowling left arm spinner was there, and leg spinner, and a Chinaman, because they didn't have a off spinner as well. But Sri Lankan squad, if they have a good off spinner, I would like to play him as well. But not to panic much, because it's the first match, and they have not done very badly. They have decently scored 260, but they could have scored a little bit more. But in the end, India played really well, because you have to say one side played it better than the other, because you have to give the credit where India played, the batters battered and the bowlers bowled. I think India was a much far better side than Sri
Okay.
Lanka, because Sri Lanka should go back and think about what small improvements they can do, and then think about it, and then come back to next match rather than panicking sides. And just if you are going to panic and um uh, change siders, then the players also get nervous, and then keep playing the same team I would have played, play the next game and try to do better. That's all I
Okay.
will say to them.
All right, fair enough. They have the options of Akila Dhananjaya as well as Ramesh Mendes if they want to swap a spinner. As far as India are concerned, Akash, I know there are a lot of people waiting to get a game. It looked like Surya Kumar Yadav, Ishan Kishan are the kinds that just can't wait to get a cap for India, and they capitalize when they get their chance. No changes expected for India?
Not at all. See, that's the thing with a three-match series. You got to be very judicious with regards to your playing 11 in the first game. Because if you win the game, of course, you want to keep the momentum going and you don't want to change anything. You don't want to fix something which ain't broken. And if you were to lose, and that's Sri Lanka's perspective, that if you now press the panic button and you make like wholesale changes, then it will reflect very poorly on your selection in the first game itself. So from India's point of view, see, whoever has got an opportunity has impressed. Whether you talk about Deepak Char playing his third ODI or third or fourth, you look at the two wrist spinners, they've done well. Kunal Pandya played; he's gone for what 26 in 10 overs. You look at Prithvi Shaw, Ishan Kishan, Surya Kumar Yadav. Only Manish Pandey could have actually finished the game off as well. Just threw it away in the end. But then you can't penalize him for just one bad shot in a game that got over with 15 overs to spare. So no changes for Team India. In fact, Sri Lanka might still want to change the way they play. India just has to continue with the same
Hmm.
approach and
Right,
same.
fair enough. Fair enough. Now, I'm sure one conversation in the Sri Lankan camp would be how to bowl to Prithvi Shaw and Ishan Kishan if they get on a roll. Murli, tactically, what would you recommend they do differently? They can expect the likes of Prithvi and Kishan to play the same way. What would you like to see Sri Lanka do differently?
See, differently means very difficult to say, because next match is going to be a different condition, different
Hmm.
way. He's going to start differently. The bowlers are going to come, so you have to make sure that your strength, use your strength, and try to get him out early as possible, because bowl some good balls to get him out rather than trying to uh, defend him. So try to go for his wicket, because he's not going to stay around and play there. He's going to attack you. So you try to get him out. That's the only way, because it's very difficult to say, plan and say how are you going to get them out, because it's all about how on the day you are going to act against him.
Okay, let me
That's it.
let me let me try and rephrase that question. Let me put you in that situation, Murli. Let's say Prithvi Shaw is batting 40 of 20, and the captain gives Mutaya Muralidharan the ball. What's the ball that you're bowling to Prithvi Shaw? You're thinking to bowl to try and outfox him.
See, see, you're asking something different, because I got so many balls I can bowl. So the player who are asking now, maybe he has that variety and the confident and what thing, that is the important part of it, because that's the way it is. So I
Hmm.
think for me, it is I will plan that way. Sometimes I have told you some players I can plan, some way I can bowl, because I'm very confident to bowl line and length, and I can bowl turn both ways, so I can trap the batsman. But
Hmm.
whether these bowlers have that ability, that's you have to see first. And
Yep.
what the ability they have, according to that, they have to plan. So it's a team. It has to be a team plan. It can't be a one individual bowler's plan, because there is a coach, head coach. There will be team meetings will be done. We know it's not new, and you discuss about all the batsmen, and once you discuss, you have to a base three plans, because sometimes some batsman comes and blast you. Then what are you going to do? The B plan, like that doesn't go every way. The A plan will be no, but you have to have a three four plans to Pratisha every batsman, and then according to that you change and discuss with the captain and the field changes and everything. These are tactics by the coach and the captain, and the team has to discuss and come back with a good plan to them, because I can't from outside can say, because
Okay.
way I think different, and where the coaches will be thinking different. So it has
Fair
to
enough.
come from the team as a tactically they have to improve themselves.
Akash, anything from what you saw? Let's say they go with the same set of bowlers. They do have variety. They have pace in Chamira. Anything else that you'd like to see them do to try and negate the Prithvi Shaw, Ishan Kishan sort of impact? All right, I'm going to hang on till Akash is back. I hope we get him in a minute. But let's take on one more point, Murli, with you. Shanaka won the toss and batted first in the first game. Would that still be the way to go in the next one, or would that also change tactically? Would teams look to chase?
In our Premadasa, you will bat first,
Okay.
because mostly because because what I say is the humidity, the weather is so hot, and it's very difficult to bowlers to continue bowling the same way. They will get tired. Then the advantage can take by the batsman and put a big score. So once you put the big score in the night, it cools down a bit, and it won't be much humidity, and easy to bowl. And then the pressure is on. And today they took the pressure off with the 10 overs. They scored 90 runs for no wickets. So that the pressure is on. If you put two, 3 wickets for 50, 60 runs, and then the pressure will be there. So I think I would bat first, um, in a condition like this, because even the wicket won't change much for first or second, because you will play with a fresh wicket also, second match also. They won't play the same wicket. So I think batting first will be the ideal in second match also, my thinking.
All right. Mutai Muralidaran, thank you very much. This is where we can call it time on our coverage for this first ODI. We'll be back with Murali's thoughts as well as Aakash Chopra's ahead of the second ODI. Do join us then, half an hour before the start of play. So that'll be 2:30 for viewers in India and Sri Lanka. And let's see if Sri Lanka can bounce back in this three-match series, and otherwise can India seal it in the second game day after tomorrow. We'll see you then on ESPN Cricket for Match Day.